Katia has to deliver a speech on any topic as an introduction to the club, using any style that appeals.
Right.
Thank you, Calvin. Please join me in welcoming Katia.
The great artist Michelangelo once said, "I saw the angel in the marble, and I carved until I set him free." To me, that quote goes to show that everybody has the potential to become a great public speaker. In the case of some people, they start from nothing in terms of confidence and speaking skill, and they have to build it up. In the case of other people, like myself, we have to start with a big chunk of raw, unrefined talent and chisel it down into something valuable. Tonight, I would like to share my 7-year-long journey in Toastmasters with every one of you to help inspire you to want to take on the challenge of being a great public speaker. Let's begin with my start in speaking and public speaking. When I was a kid, I was a total chatterbox. Far from being a shy kid, I was the kid who did not know when to shut up. I was the kind of kid who'd go up to people and start talking to them about whatever was on my mind or asking them about their life. I just want to talk and talk because I had so much energy and enthusiasm to share with the whole world. Now, inevitably, this was rewarded with remarks such as "pipe down" and "be quiet" from well-intentioned adults. So as a kid, I felt kind of bashful about it. I kind of felt like my ability to talk was an obnoxious bad habit and not a talent that should be cultivated. Also, when I was a kid, I was so fascinated by the idea of sharing ideas and enthusiasm with an audience. But the problem for me is that I didn't have a talent. I mean, other kids around me, they could sing, they could dance, they could play a musical instrument. But for me, I didn't have any talents. And I mean, at that point in my life, I couldn't imagine why anybody would want to go and watch a person stand on this stage and speak. That just didn't compute as a talent to like 5-year-old or 6-year-old me. Let's fast forward in my life to my undergraduate days at the University of Texas at Austin. Now there at UT Austin, as we can refer to it, I made friends with a really interesting guy, a Native American guy in my cell biology class. Now although this young man named Tom had a very rustic way of speaking, he asked the most thoughtful and well-articulated questions in class. I thought, who is this guy? He must be some kind of genius, he can speak so well. I've got to go make friends with him. So we did, and we were having a great time being friends. But there was a catch. Whenever I invited this guy, Tom, to go do anything with me on Friday night, he'd always say, "Oh no, I got that there Toastmasters club to go to." And eventually I said, "Well, what is this Toastmasters club?" And he goes, "It's a real good club. You're gonna like it. It's real interesting." So I said, "So what is this? Is this about like making toast, like cheers, chug chug? Or is it about making toast in a toaster? Because I know you love to eat and drink, buddy." And he said, no, it's about public speaking. They teach you how to speak, so you sound real educated." And I thought, why not? I want to hang out with my friend. So I went to the club, and there I got up and did a table topic speech. The senior club members came up to me afterwards and said, "You've got to join our club. You have so much natural talent for speaking. You have a great voice. You're so enthusiastic. You should really adapt this talent into something useful." And a light went on in my head, and I thought, wait a minute, this thing I thought was my obnoxious bad habit is actually a hidden strength. I've got to look into this. So from then on, I was absolutely hooked on Toastmasters. The other thing that my Toastmasters experience helped me do was to start figuring out why public speaking was such a great life skill. So in my lectures, I noticed that some professors just had this X factor. They stepped on the stage, people paid attention. And other professors were so boring, they would just put you to sleep in class. What was that difference? I started using my Toastmasters evaluation skills to actually critically listen to professors and start to figure out which ones were the dull ones and which ones were the firecrackers. Another thing I did during my days at UT is I got curious about learning other kinds of public speaking. I went to fascinating talks from politicians, doctors, researchers, artists, and I found what all those successful people had in common. Wait for it, they could all speak well. So is this causation or correlation? Well, I'm not sure, but I'm willing to bet there's a connection between being a leader in your field and knowing how to express yourself. So this is when I realized that public speaking isn't just a way to have a fun hobby and to make friends, but it's also a way to build a very valuable life skill that can help me succeed in whatever I choose to do, whether that's being a science communicator, a business person, a researcher, or an educator. It all depends on your ability to articulate yourself and to win other people over with your words. So to conclude my speech for tonight and bring it back to the present, I think everybody has that potential to either build up or pare down their talent. And based on my story, I hope that you all will realize what a key to success public speaking is in your lives, and I encourage you to set the angel free within you. Thank you.